Pope Urban strikes again. I found this 2-story house. It's very, very old. There was debris everywhere. I had to improvise. I found that little dust thing, so I had to hand hand job it. I had to get down on the floor on my knees and sweep it. And because when you set up those blow-up mattresses, what you'll find is that if you don't sweep the debris, little nicks will perforate that mattress, and there goes your mattress, unless you can fix it, which sometimes you can, but a lot of the times you can't, because it's just the perforation is unfixable and it's a waste of mattress. They're very easy to pop if you're not careful. So you've always got to put them on a flat surface, and in some cases, even after you sweep, it's a good idea to lay a blanket down to minimise the risk again and put the mattress on. So typical Pope Urban mattress, pillow, liner, ready to sleep. Can you see that in the distance? Can you see that cathedral popping out? That's Mdina. So I've got a completely fully view of Mdina, the whole fort, the whole front part. It's the greatest view in the world here. So this photo, this camera doesn't do justice. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, I can. Yeah, we got that. It's not that bad after all. So that's what I'm looking at night. So I scored the ultimate view. The cross ventilation factor, even better. It is cool as in here. I can't believe what I found. So when that's open, the breeze is for some reason going a crossway, and it's flushing all the heat out. So these big fuck off stones, what the Maltese were unaware of for many centuries, is that using these big fuck off stones, on a very hot day, you will have you'll have a thermal mass of X amount. These are, in other words, heat batteries. So they will be heat loaded. They will keep absorbing heat. And until the temperature in the atmosphere goes below a particular threshold, it will not release that heat. It has to start to go beyond or below a threshold, and then instead of holding the heat, it lets go, quite simply because heat will now need to flow where it's colder. You get me? So obviously, if it's hot in the day and everything is hot around, it can't escape. It's staying there. It's locked in. As the environment, the temperature goes down, the embodied mass, the embodied heat in that stone will release. And many places in Malta, you'll experience the torture if you don't have aircon. What is happening in this fucking amazing place is all that heat that gets released back into the atmosphere at night or in the afternoon, like now, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it's just being flushed completely from every angle. And this is cool. I'm actually in a place that's probably 18, 19 degrees, maybe 21, 22 degrees at worst. And it's probably 34 degrees outside. And yeah, so I've scored something amazing. This is a heritage building. This is something that's like built in the 1680s, 1690s to the 1810s, 1820s. So there's a 150-year gap, but it's an old building, very old, but it is structurally sound. I can see that. You can do a few tests yourself and you'll very quickly see that it's structurally sound. For instance, in this, with Maltese construction, what you're particularly looking at is those beams, 4 of them, they are fully intact. So what you're never going to experience in any building is all four beams giving way at once. It just doesn't happen that way. Engineering never happens that way. That's like 1 in a quadrillion to the power of quadrillion chance of all that happening at once. Unless, of course, there's an earthquake and other natural phenomena that can do damage anyway to any structure. So this is structurally sound. None of them are broken, hanging down. So I'm looking at this and it is fine. Those segments of blocks above are probably going to be fine. If they were all like that, big no-no, because that can fall through. But upon inspecting all of these, there is no such thing in this room. So it is structurally sound. It's just simply not going to break and fall on me. Everything is structurally sound. It's a very rigid building, and you've got to be careful in urban ops, in Malta particularly, when you do stuff like this, because you can get yourself killed if you don't pay attention to that detail. It just takes one bad weather event, it just takes one knocking of something and everything will fall on you. In this case, this is safe as sound. This is just like any ordinary building. It's a bit old, yes, but it's one of those prime examples of Maltese ingenuity in the latter stages of the Middle Ages, where this stuff is just built for 500 years. Very good blockwork. Obviously, it's eroding and falling apart and has been renovated 1,000 times over. But you can even see recent additions. So this is, I've really scored well here. I've got the best view of Mdina. I've got the best cross flow. So my next thing, day by day, will be to add a little cooking area, a little improvised toilet, bits and pieces, and I'll be building hundreds of these across the Maltese Islands. This is what I've been training for. This is what Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, and Adelaide trained me for. And don't forget Mount Barker and Mount Gambier. So that's what all those, and Ballarat, and Geelong, and keeping going. So that's what all those cities that I ripped it up with Pope Urban trained me for this. And this is just coming naturally now with ease. No, it's effortless. I'm finding these things effortlessly in the right places at the right time. And again, I can't stress enough, when you do urban survival adventures like this in countries within the Mediterranean basin, which nobody's going to frown upon if you're not doing things outrageous. The people in the Mediterranean are reasonable. If you're doing this in the Mediterranean basin, there's always going to be things from the 15, 16, 17 and 1800s, and you've just got to make sure that you are inspecting every little facet of the building. Again, that says big no-no if they were all like that, but they're not. There's a little crack in that one, but when you come into this room is perfect. You can actually see that the stone is as if it's just been fucking quarried. It's perfectly intact. Beams are perfectly intact and housed. So they're on top of that wall. So there's, only God can knock down this building, in other words. So, good times.